Okay, welcome everyone to our online freshman composition course. This is English Composition 1101, Section 14. My name is Jan Bear, and I'm going to be your instructor for the next 16 weeks. A little bit about myself. I've been at Normandale for 10 years. This is actually my 11th year at Normandale. About 8 of those years I taught in the reading department, and now in the last few I've been teaching in both the reading and the English department. I love Normandale. I love my job. We're going to have a great time, but my motto has always been work hard, have fun. So that's hopefully what's going to happen over the next couple weeks. Okay, so this video is just going to give you an overall orientation to the course, how I'm going to use D2L, and what everything is going to kind of feel like as the semester goes forward. It's super important that you hang in there and that you listen to everything so you know what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to exit out of the presentation and go to the syllabus. So let's see. Okay, so the syllabus, the first thing to note is that here, my name again is Jan. You can call me Jan. So when you call me or email me or come in to meet me, just know that's just fine. My office is L1757, which is right there. My email, janice.bayer@normandale.edu. Know that my email has my full name, Janice, not just Jan. It won't go to me if you just type in Jan. So just make sure you get that right. My office phone number is also on this first page. Other things that are important. My office hours are down here at the bottom. So one of the things that I want to make sure you know is that if these office hours don't work for you, that you can always call or email me and make an appointment. I'll be very flexible with you and hopefully get you in. The next thing to note is that this is the Common Course outline on the next page. This is every single English composition course has the same goals and content areas, and how the instructor chooses to accomplish those goals is up to them. So my section of English composition will be very different from other instructors' sections. Okay, course policies. The biggest things to know is that you need to log on at least 3 times a week. You must do that. It is even better if you log on every day. Make sure that you have know that this course will take up the equivalent of 4 classroom work hours each week, as well as about 8 hours of homework each week. That won't be true every week, but some weeks it will be true, and some weeks it might even be a little bit more. It all depends on what we're doing, how close we are to a paper being due. Just know that in general, you're going to work hard and you're going to have fun, but you need to make sure you log in. That's the biggest thing. Got to be in class and in an online environment. That means logging into the course, seeing what I've posted, seeing what's on there, and participating in the course. Make sure you're ready to do that. Okay. So it's really important to note down here that federal law requires me to report in to the registrar if you stop attending class. And in an online class, that means you're not doing the work. If you're not doing the work or you don't check in this first week, which congratulations, you already did, I report you to the registrar, you get removed from the class. Okay. In general, I'm going to let you read through some of the OSD information as well as the behavior. Academic dishonesty, I guess the biggest thing I want to tell you is don't cheat. Don't cheat. I will catch you. I will turn you in. I won't feel bad about it. You'll fail the assignment. If you do it again, you'll fail the class. So make sure you don't cheat. I will catch you. I catch people all the time. I don't know why they even try it. I'm pretty good at catching you. So don't try it. It'll be fine. Don't try it. All right. Technology expectations. It is expected that since you're in an online class that you know what you're doing online, and that if you don't, you're going to come get help. Make sure that you do that. Okay. There's a mental health statement here, a pregnancy and parenting statement, and a satisfactory academic progress statement, all required to be in the syllabus, and all I'm just going to let you read on your own time. The biggest thing I want to make sure you see here is that grading in the course, there's 2 categories. 30% of your grade is made up of you participating in the class. That includes all the discussion boards, the informal writing, the smaller writing assignments, the submission of your drafts, and what's called a curiosity quest, which you'll find out about in week 3. Then there are 3 papers in this class. There are actually 3 writing units. To call them 3 papers is a bit misleading because there's multiple papers in each unit as well as a big overall paper. We're going to start out with a personal narrative. That's worth 20% of your final grade. There's lots of assignments that go into this as we work towards it, but that final personal narrative is worth 20% of your grade. Then there's the rhetorical mode essay. That essay is worth 30% of your final grade. It actually will take us 8 weeks to get through that content. That's why it's worth a little bit more. And then the last unit is our argument unit, and that is we will break that up into 2 assignments that are each worth 10% of your final grade. Okay, so make sure you look at those. The final grading curve looks probably not very surprising to you, and then just make sure you come get help. Students that did well in my other online composition courses, they came in to see me multiple times, especially when we got to the rhetorical mode unit, but even during the personal narrative, they got help. I'm a really nice person. I'm kind of fun. I can be kind of funny, and it is not scary to come to my office. Come see me. I will request that you do if I feel like you're struggling, but in general, I need you to come see me. It is how you're going to do well in this course. Okay. Also, the tutoring center is available, so if my office hours don't work, you can always go to the writing center, which is inside the tutoring center. It's on the 2nd floor of College Services. Make sure that you come in and get help. Help is here if you ask for it. One of my favorite lines from one of my students from a previous semester, he said, "Jan, a closed mouth don't get fed." There you go. Come in, get help, ask for help. If you keep your mouth shut, no one knows you're struggling. All right. I'm required to put important dates on the syllabus. There they are. Make sure you look at this at your leisure. Okay, I think I'm done with the syllabus, so we're going to go back to the PowerPoint now. I think I covered everything that are on my bullet points down here, so we're just going to keep going. I already talked about the different units in the class. The one thing I didn't talk about yet is this last thing here, Serial. The entire class is based on the podcast Serial. We're actually going to listen to season 1, but know that if you really enjoy the podcast, there is actually 3 seasons of Serial, and I'm actually thinking about switching this class to season 3, but I'm not ready yet. So we're going to do season 1, which is about the case of Adnan Syed. Adnan Syed was accused of killing his girlfriend in 1999. They were both 17 years old, and he was accused of killing her and has been in jail ever since. And so this is a true crime podcast, and it follows the case. So the entire course is kind of based around this podcast. While we don't have any books in this class that we're reading, we are reading the podcast, and then there's lots of associated readings that will go with it. But the podcast is kind of the springboard to which we move to all of our other assignments. Okay. So I want to talk a little bit about the course schedule and the way that I kind of set things up for you. I've tried to make it as self-explanatory as possible. Every week, I would like for you to go into D2L, and I'll show you that in a minute. I'll show you where I keep these. There's going to be one of these nice orange and white handouts for each week of our class. It is a checkoff sheet for you to use. I suggest you use it. There's even a whole column down here that I think would be very beneficial to you. So please make sure that you print these weekly course schedules every week, because it'll tell you exactly what to do in the order that you're supposed to do it. So know that we use VT for VoiceThread, DB is discussion board, if that helps, just a couple acronyms. But other than that, everything should be pretty self-explanatory. Use this, check off the work as you do it. Okay. The next thing is I'm going to exit out of the PowerPoint again and show you a little bit about D2L. So I am logged in. Here's our class, and right now I'm viewing it as a student. So this should be the way that you can see it. So you already found the landing page, which is good, where I welcomed you, and you hopefully clicked on this link right here, which led you to the presentation you're watching now. So good job. Now, the way to navigate through this. Now I want to show you, here is a quick navigation tool. This you can use certainly. I actually don't use that. I just go up here to content. I just think that's easier. So I was actually working in week 3 most recently. All right, so here's week 1. Now, a couple things just to show you. The general course information is here. And when you see the general course information, that is the syllabus and all of the different assignment weeks schedules. So you'll see them here. You don't need to ever click into this folder unless you want to for some reason, because everything is also double uploaded by week. So it's just here as for redundancy. Next, you will need this. The Serial podcast links for all 12 episodes are here. There's also a link to the Serial transcript. If you did not buy it at the bookstore, which you should have, and you should, you can also get it for free online. Now, once you click on this link, there is a little bit more clicking you have to do to find the free transcript, but it does exist online. If you would like to print it and use it online every week, I guess that's your choice. That would not be my choice and not what I recommend. I think you should go to the bookstore and buy it. All right, next is all of the files associated with the personal narrative are here. Again, you don't ever need to click in this folder because I will have double linked everything by week. So in general, I don't think you're ever going to have to use the general course information folder, the personal narrative folder. There's one for our second unit, the rhetorical mode essay, and there's one here for argument. You shouldn't have to use these because everything is in the weeks. All right, so in week 1, what you'll notice is that here's the syllabus. Like I said, see, you don't ever need to go over to general course information because it's already here. So look at the syllabus again. Even though I ran through it really quickly, you are responsible for knowing what's in it. It's a contract. It is considered a contract between you and me. And if you ever have a question or a concern, we'll go back to the syllabus and look to see what it said. So make sure you know what's in it. Again, your week assignments are here, and then you have to do, if you look at your assignment list, there's an introduction forum. You would just find that here. Now, the PowerPoint that I was using for this presentation, as well as this video and all the follow-up videos when I'm done, will also be all loaded into here once I'm finished. Then you'll notice if you expand this, you see Serial. Here's the link to episode 1. There's the discussion for episode 1. Your 7-minute writing is here. Your voice thread information's here. The 6 traits stuff is here. So everything you need is here. You just have to kind of go down the folders and do what's asked of you. Okay, and then if you can see over here on the right, once I start expanding week 1, it's all of these folders are here. Know that week 2, it is locked for you right now. You are not allowed to see it. I pace you a little bit. Sometimes I open folders for weeks early, but know that every single folder for the following week opens on Friday. So for example, this coming Friday, you can see that week 2 is going to open. It's going to open at 9 a.m. on Friday. Know that all assignments in general are due at 11:30. They're due by 11:30 on Friday night. Discussion board posts, like for example, you have a discussion board for Serial episode 1. Know that initial posts are always going to be due on Wednesday at 11:30. And then the replies, you're always required in any discussion board to reply to 3 people. Those replies are due Friday at 11:30. All assignments are due Friday at 11:30. So you do have a writing assignment this week. It's down here, Good Muslims blog reflection. You do have to do that, and it's due Friday. You can see it ends Friday at 11:30 p.m. But notice if you work ahead that week 2 actually opens at 9 a.m. on Friday morning, so you can get started. My weeks run Friday to Friday, which might be a little bit different than other online courses you've had in the past. Friday is always our due date. Once the weekend hits, it's all too late. Everything will have closed and you'll be stuck. So make sure you pace your week. This is the only week that's going to feel tight for you because you are required to get everything done before Friday. But know that then the new week opens on Friday and you can use your weekend to work on week 2 because then all of that stuff will then close the following Friday. It's Friday to Friday. Get that in your head, get used to that idea, and pace yourself this week so you get through everything. Okay, I think I'm done talking about D2L. If you have any questions about that, make sure you ask. Next, and these videos are only 15 minutes long each, so I think I'm going to talk about VoiceThread really quickly. I do want you to register for VoiceThread. You can see I've screenshotted the homepage. So if you look in our D2L shell, there was a whole folder for VoiceThread. Once you click on the link, you're just going to click on this bottom button, register. I would recommend using your Normandale email here. It's just probably better. EDU emails, get those free accounts. You're going to want the free account. And then make sure you watch the tutorials. I've given you a link for that also. We're going to use VoiceThread in this course for content. You're going to create VoiceThreads, and I have already created them. I deliver a lot of content through VoiceThread. So just make sure you check it out this week so you can see what it is. All right. Lastly, and actually I think I'll pick up here on video part 2. So just go ahead and click on the next video.